Birds, boys, boys. Birds, boys, boys. Birds, boys, boys.
What?
Mark Cuban's a hoe. All right. What the fuck?
Chris Hansen here, and I'm going to need you all to take a seat right over there and check out Birds versus Boys.
I think you're completely right here, and I hate it.
Yep. Hey, idiots. Stop doing dumb things. I got 2 phones. Upside alert. I might go insane.
I think you're already there. There's no hope. Hope is gone.
If this was an AFC North podcast, we'd be done in 15 minutes.
Bob Hope.
I'm going to drink bleach. That is
the team you promised me you were going to be this year.
This is the Consciously Hopeful podcast.
I'll be watching.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like James Bradberry is a topic of conversation.
Stinks.
Of course, that.
Would you like me to pull? I'll pull up the video if you'd like me to.
Yeah. Okay. Why would he even be guarding CeeDee Lamb? Because if you remember, you had to trade your number 1 wide receiver.
No,
because you paid a running back. Remember?
We'll be just fine. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 116 of Birds vs. Boys. I am not in the COVID cave anymore. I'm just in the father cave, and life is hanging on by a thread. So we have to record at special times. For some reason, I have a Las Vegas Raiders shirt on. Don't know why.
Yeah,
so
what is that?
Life is all over the place right now, Aidan. I'm thriving and surviving all at the same time. How are you?
There is no better definition of how our lives are at polarizing different spots right now than the fact that you were like, before we record, I have to give Emma a bath and then feed her out of her bottle. And I said, that's fine. At one point, we may have to stop in the middle of the show because I am using the oven. And if I don't heat up this food, I will not eat tonight. And I don't think there's a better way to describe where we're both at in life right now.
So you're barely hanging on feeding yourself, and I'm barely hanging on feeding another human.
Another human being. Yeah, that's where we're at.
Well, I should say I'm sort of kind of feeding another human. My wife does I get 1 bottle a day. She, does the rest.
Yes. Yeah, you have 1 job. Yeah.
We are in the off season. Not a ton going on. Rookie mini camps have happened. Some players have been signed. All right. You want to talk about the congratulations? I'll yawn.
Some players have been signed. Yes, some pretty good acquisitions were made by some certain teams who are having a certainly good offseason, I would say. The Eagles signed James Bradberry. They take him away from the New York Giants. Scumbag, trash organization who does everything wrong. And here we are, like the catfish at the bottom of the ocean. Just, a good
burnt
cornerback.
Toast Bradberry.
Let's take it.
Burnt toast Bradberry. CeeDee Lamb cooked his ass last year. Going to do it all over again this year.
Except he won't, because you had to trade your best wide receiver for a
best wide
pick.
receiver. Relax. CeeDee Lamb's going to easily have 1,400 yards this year.
Okay, so why wouldn't Darius Slay be covering him? And Michael Gallup is going to be hurt for half the season.
He's going to be hurt. He's going to be back.
James Bradberry even be covering?
Okay, we play first time week 6, I believe, which Michael Gallup will be back by then.
You think he'll be back?
Oh, he'll be back.
Okay, we'll see.
Jalen Tolbert, James Washington, burnt toast, whatever. Have them. I don't care.
Jalen Tolbert,
you were
never
just
played
as
an
excited.
NFL snap, is better than James Bradberry, who's like second in the lead in pass breakup since 2015.
You were just as excited about Steven Nelson last year. And how did that work out?
No. I like that sign. I am. Hold on. James Bradberry is way better than Steven Nelson, right? Like, we can all.
Yeah, he's better. But, like, Joe's on there, like, we got 2 lockdown corners. Shut the fuck up, okay? Relax. We're the best quarterback tandem in the league. Relax. Here we go. Again, winning the Super Bowl in May. This is just like 2011 again. The dream team. I am loving every single second of this Philadelphia feeling themselves, sniffing themselves. We're going to the Super Bowl. We got the best roster in the NFC East. Good. I love it. Sniff yourself. Smell yourself. Let the Cowboys be the underdogs. I love that because I hate when my team is smelling themselves. Smell away all you want. Okay, we got Jordan Davis. Motherfucker's going to be 457 pounds by week 4 with all the cheesesteaks for free that your city's going to be feeding him. Okay, Nakobe Dean. Okay, he's 77 pounds. Done. Okay.
Listen,
AJ Brown misses about 13 games a season. I know this. Why? Because I've had him on fantasy like 4 seasons.
Yeah, you're not going to get me to argue that point because I had him in fantasy too. Listen, first of all, to set the record straight, even if Jordan Davis was 457 pounds, whatever mediocre offensive lineman you took from a mediocre program and a mediocre conference will just hold him as he tries to run by him, even if he's flat out exhausted because he's 457 pounds.
This kid.
But here's where things are different and why I'm more excited. Dream Team, yeah. Looking back, like I think we were all excited. One, because football was back. Remember, there was the lockout, and we were like, we don't know if we're gonna have football. And then immediately we just spent all that money just in a week. And since then, I don't think we've ever done that since. We don't spend a huge amount of money in free agency. The only exception right now in this offseason is A.J. Brown and the extension that we gave him, a 24-year-old. So I think all of the moves that we've made aren't like throw money at guys and hope it works. These are all like just common sense moves. When I was on Flipping the Birds last night, shout out those guys.
Yeah,
we're talking about like, we needed a cornerback too. We needed a CB2. We needed somebody across Darius Slay. James Bradberry is solid. He is good. He is available. He is in your price range. Just do it. Just do it. Like they're just doing things that make sense.
I agree with that. I just have one question. The caveat is Jalen Hurts still your quarterback?
He is for now.
Okay.
But that's the beauty of the entire situation. Is okay, say he doesn't work out. Who cares? We have 2 first-round picks next year. Like then you already have then another kid comes in, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, all these guys. One of these guys comes in, and they're just going to have the infrastructure around them to succeed if they're the one.
Who's so you have the Colts first-round pick next year, right? Or no? Who?
We have the Saints.
Okay.
The Saints could be 10-0 or 0-10, and I don't.
Saints could be pretty good, and if you guys are going to the Super Bowl, that's pick 32, and what could be in the 20s too, with a lot of other teams next year, Texans who are going to stink, wanting quarterbacks as well. So it's not just going to be easy, like here's 2 first-round picks and we're moving up next year. You're not guaranteed one of those 2 quarterbacks.
Not guaranteed it, but we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
We'll see.
This is the wheels are in motion. The flight has left. It's over. The infrastructure is there.
We'll see.
I'm just so excited that the Eagles are just listening to all my wishes. I feel like I'm being listened to. That's when you're in a relationship, you just want to be able to talk and feel like someone's listening and acting upon your words. And now, for once in this toxic relationship that I have with the Philadelphia Eagles, they're finally listening to me.
I'll give you that. That's okay. You're allowed to be excited about that. But it's just like, I want to talk. There's an Eagles content guy on Twitter. He keeps popping up on all he talks about is, he's got like 15,000 followers. All he talks about is Dallas. And he's like,
I hate that.
Like, that's all. Like, he was holding like the little fake Lombardi trophy. He's like, yo, Dallas today. And it's like, focus on Philly. Like, are you on a podcast called Birds vs. Boys? I don't think so. You claim you're a Philly content guy. He was going at it with our guy Tuck, and it's just like, why? And another thing, the Nakobe Dean, Micah Parsons thing. I don't know if you've seen this all over Twitter.
Why is that a thing?
Why is that a thing?
I don't know.
Why can't those 2 dudes? First of all, they weren't drafted in the same draft class. So
where did that come from, by the way? I've been
Eagles Twitter.
Oh.
Micah Parsons almost won Defensive Player of the Year. He won Rookie of the Year. Nakobe Dean's a 3rd-round pick. in two completely different draft classes. Why are we comparing them right now? Let them play, and we'll talk about them in 15 years. Their careers.
Well, the problem is there's two versions of Eagles Twitter, and just like there's
Yes.
two versions of the Eagles fan base. So
and Cowboys Twitter as well.
that's true too. But there's so with Eagles fans and Eagles Twitter, there are the people who tailgate and they go into the stadium to watch the game, or they don't tailgate at all and they watch at home and watch on their TV. And then there are the people
who
tailgate.
E-Rock and you.
Yes. And then there's people who tailgate, don't watch the game, stand in line in Xfinity, don't get in until the second quarter, and then get drunk the entire game. That is the fan base that does the Lombardi Trophy in May.
And as soon as they walk in Xfinity in the second quarter, they see the Eagles are down 7-0, and they immediately start tweeting to fire everybody. And they don't even know how the 7-0 happened.
Exactly. That's that fan base that starts all that stuff. And I'm far, far away from that.
I know
they are the QAnon of Eagles Twitter.
And they are the QAnon. They're the Proud Boys of Cowboys Twitter.
Yeah.
I see there's some accounts that every day they just post a picture of Dak and Kyler Murray today. And it's like, if I had to pick my franchise quarterback, I'm picking Dak Prescott, not going to lie. And it gets 1,000 likes every time. And I'm like, what are we even doing?
Let's just start doing that. Let's just build our account and just be a spoof of them. But actually just lean into it and do stuff like that.
There have been a couple tweets that I've gotten viral on Cowboys Twitter that I've done purposely just to see if it could, and they do. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. And it works.
Yeah.
Listen, we're just gonna spoof what that is, and it'll watch our account grow. We'll be huge. We'll be at 10,000 followers by next season.
I'm in. Let's do it.
It'll work. Trust me, it'll work.
But yeah, no. In all seriousness, I think Bradberry it's a good scheme fit for the Eagles. It makes sense. A player that's the other thing. Here we go on Twitter again. As soon as James Bradberry was released, people were quote tweeting the Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter and just putting Cowboy. It's no, if you're a realistic Cowboys fan, you knew that was never happening. Because when's the last time that they've signed anybody over $6 or $7 million in free agency? And we knew that his price tag was going to be more. One year, $10 million was never going to happen.
Well, I guess what I liked it at the time because I was like, okay, $10 million, that's what he was owed this year by the Giants. And they didn't want to pay it because they give Kenny Golladay $82 million to not catch a single touchdown. That's their problem. But with the Eagles, I was like, all right, 1 year, $10 million, that's fine. That's what he was owed. Turns out it's actually $7 million with performance incentives, which I like even more. So this was one of the few times you always get on Eagles fans for the shiny new toy syndrome. Guess what? This is the first time where it's oh, someone used this toy once and then they returned it to the store and it's like new. It's not new, but it's like new. And there's great value and there's a sales sticker and we can afford it. That we did the opposite of the shiny new toy. It finally made sense for us to be wow, that one makes sense to buy.
The only thing that scares me about this is one, yes, it's 7 point whatever million with incentives. So that gives him right there incentives to play well. On top of it's a 1-year deal. He just saw what Jair Alexander got. Not that he's ever going to make that money, but he's seeing the money that corners are starting to make. He's going to want to ball out this year to get his bag, whether it's in Philly or whether it's anywhere else.
I hope he might get it here. There's no guarantee that Darius Slay is here after this year or for the long term. So if he balls out and does well, I mean, yeah, realistically he could. Or we could just go through this cycle again until we draft somebody. If Patrick Surtain was there, yeah, we would have taken him, but we're finding that Steve Nelson, we signed him in July of last year, signed James Bradberry after the draft. And it's just we're capitalizing at crucial times.
All right, let's talk draft picks. Have the Eagles had their rookie minicamp already, right? Correct?
Yes.
How did it go?
Nakobe Dean was there, so.
Did he participate or was he just there?
Actually, did we have a rookie minicamp? I keep seeing stuff. We might not have had ours yet.
But Nakobe Dean was there.
Nakobe Dean was there. I know. No, he's signed for sure. Like he is here.
So Dallas had theirs, and then they also had some workouts this week with the vets were there and the rookies. And Tyler Smith, everybody is saying is looking good. He's out there bullying people. He is. I tweeted it this week, and it's true. You can shake your head. You can say whatever. If nothing else, he is going to bring a toughness and an attitude and a physicality to this offensive line that we haven't seen in years. Tyron Smith is a great left tackle, but he's not mean, right? Our Biotish at center stinks. Connor Williams was a small dude who had to hold everybody. Zach Martin is a tactician, the best guard in the league, him and Quentin Nelson, I would say. And then Terrence Steele is Terrence Steele. I would say Lyle Collins was the enforcer last year, but now we're going to get this big goon that is going to want to fight people. And I love it. And I can't wait.
Well, please fight our defensive line. I'd like to see how it goes.
I'll tell you who his first fight is going to be against.
Fletcher Cox.
Nope.
Who?
The Cowboys announced during training camp this year they're doing 2 practices against other teams before the preseason games.
Yeah.
The Chargers. Nope.
That's great. That's a test though.
Yes.
With Joey Bosa and freaking they have Khalil Mack now.
Yeah. And the Denver Broncos. And who's on the Denver Broncos now?
Randy Gregory.
Yep.
Well, that's
going to
awesome.
be fun.
I can't wait for the blow up that's going to happen on Cowboys Twitter when you guys declare that you're going 0-17 because Randy Gregory eats somebody's lunch during a practice in August.
Mm-hmm.
You know that's exactly what's going to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's going to go. He's going to just destroy all the Cowboys offensive linemen in 1-on-1s in August, and it'll be like doom and gloom until September, and they'll smoke somebody week 1.
He hits Dak Prescott, even though he's got the red jersey on. Mm-hmm. Then there's a scrum. It's going to be. There's going to be a lot of fireworks in those. There always are. I love those practices. I love those are the best parts of Hard Knocks when they have those practices.
It's also the time where you get better. Like you're not going through the motions, and you don't know the answers on the test like you do. You know what the scheme is when you practice against the same team every single day. When a new team comes in for 3 days, that's when you learn that the stuff that you're doing is working.
Yep. Jalen Tolbert. Very excited. Everything I've read from analysts and people are saying that his game is very much so going to translate well in the NFL. He can play on the outside. He can play in the slot. We're going to need him to have to play in the slot because everything the Cowboys seem to be saying is that CD is going to be playing a lot more on the outside than he has been the last 2 years, which I don't know how much I love. Yes, he's going to be the quote-unquote number 1 this year, but I think CD's much better in the slot than he is on the outside. So
yeah,
who's going to be on the inside now? Gallup, where Gallup's your stretch the field guy. You kind of need him on the outside. James Washington, I guess I need to study his tape more to see if he can play. So Jalen Tolbert's going to have to play in the slot unless they go out and still sign one of these guys that are still out there, like a Cole Beasley or a Odell.
Bring him home.
That's a very touchy subject. Again, on Vince, just name this episode Cowboys Eagles Twitter. That's a very touchy subject on Cowboys Twitter as well, because some people are like, bring him back. He's got great rapport with Dak. He can still, he's that guy that we talked about. He's not Chris Olave, but 3rd and 6, he's getting you 7-8 yards every time. And Dak needs that, right?
Yeah.
But
you just have to mute him on Twitter, and then
he got rid of his Twitter. He doesn't have Twitter anymore.
So did he? Good for him. I think that will save his career.
So I don't like the whole unvax stuff. I'm not even going to talk about it. Yes, he was very annoying. But the thing that I don't understand with Cowboys fans, and tell me if Eagles fans are like this too. Like, there's so many fans like, he said mean things about the team. I don't ever want him playing here again. And I'm like, who cares?
Hating players that used to play here? That, I don't know. That doesn't really sound like us. I don't think that's something that we would do in Philadelphia.
He said our team wasn't ready to win. And when he went to Buffalo, they had a winning culture. Well, no shit. We've seen that. So I wouldn't mind Cole Beasley. I would love Odell Beckham.
Oh,
That would be,
yeah. Listen, you guys would be doing the same thing that we're doing today. You guys
yeah.
would be planning a Super Bowl parade route if you got Odell and matched him with CD. There's your guy who can play in the slot a little bit too.
And
He
Gallup.
can line up all over.
Absolutely. Come home, baby. Just come home. And then the linebacker from LSU, the injured linebacker, right? Spinal fusion surgery.
Yeah,
Apparently,
sounds terrible, by the way.
it does, but apparently the Dallas Cowboys medical staff are the medical staff that found the issue out at the combine and told him everything, and that's why he had the surgery. And they've been with him. Like I think one of the Cowboys medical staff actually did the surgery. So if anybody knows the extent of the injury, it's the Cowboys, and they do have a phenomenal medical staff. So that just made me even more okay with the pick.
I feel like that kid is probably thanks whatever God he believes in every day that the Cowboys doctors did his surgery so that they would know his background and know that he was capable of being able to play again ever.
Ever.
You know, like he would have probably fallen out of the draft, but he had people who knew it to a T.
Yep. So that worked out well for Dallas. That worked out well for him. So, I'm excited if he can bounce back and I mean, he hits like a freight train and he's all over the field. And if we could have a linebacking core of him, Jabril Cox, and Micah Parsons the year after, yes, please.
Yeah, you know who else runs all over the field? Is all over the field at all times? The Kobe.
77 pounds. Go get your food.
Oh, yeah. It's literally, I looked at the clock. It smells so good, but it's also 3,000 degrees in this house now.
So, I mean, that's kind of my report from the Cowboys rookie mini camp. They have OTAs coming up very soon. And that just, I mean, we're getting closer. I don't want to wish summer away. I never want to wish summer away. But like College Game Day announced that they're going to be at the Ohio State Notre Dame game.
Yeah.
And then
Oregon, Georgia.
Yeah, Oregon, Georgia. And then it's like I can already like smell the fall in football. And it's May 18th.
We haven't even hit Memorial Day weekend. We're gonna be in trouble. We're gonna be talking about that. It'll be June 25th. I'm like, we're so close. July 25th. We are so close.
Every day on Pat McAfee, I think they announce how many days until football season.
Really? Yeah. Honestly, we need somebody to keep track for us.
I think it's like 116 days or something like that.
That does not seem that far. It does not seem that far.
It's not that far.
No. Also, I looked it up. The Eagles had a mini camp last week.
Okay.
My brain is mush. It does
went
not
well.
work anymore.
Mini camp went well, and Nakobe Dean was there.
He was there. I knew he was there. I freaking knew it.
Jordan Davis just
he was there.
Couldn't even.
You see that picture of him and Fletcher Cox?
Mm-hmm. He couldn't even fit on the football field. They didn't have a jersey big enough for him.
How big's Jordan Mulatto again? Bigger. We're gonna be quite all right. Yeah. Mulato's taller. He's 6'7". He's a monster.
Those damn rugby players. I remember when they drafted him, and everyone was like, "What?"
Yeah, I was watching it, and I was like, "Okay, it's a 7th round pick. I don't care. It's fun."
Yep. And
I always thought they could use him as a fullback on the 1 yard line. Yeah, that'd be awesome. But now I think it's too risky because now he's actually good. But they could use Jordan Davis. They did that at Georgia. They let him run in a touchdown. Remember that game? They freaking smoked Arkansas. They smoked everybody. You know why? Because their defense was unreal. So you know what you should probably do is draft the kids on the unreal defense. Oh yeah, we did it 2 times.
Wow. One thing I did see also is Thibodeau in that Giants jersey, and that did not make me happy.
Yeah, his name looks so cool on the back of the jersey, doesn't it? I know.
And then
them having a competent GM is not sitting well with me. We need somebody who sucks.
But they still have Daniel Jones.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like our division is going to be good now. And it's funner when you can just win 4 times because the other teams stink.
Yeah. So there hasn't been a repeat champion in 17 years. So that does not make me feel happy at all.
Who was the last one again?
The Eagles.
Did you?
Thank you. You were like fucking 6.
That was when my fandom started.
Yeah, I am.
I was 5. I was 5 when they went to the first NFC Championship. I think. Yeah, because we went to the Super Bowl when I was in 4th grade.
I was in high school.
That is why you were giving a bottle to a baby, and I'm like, I don't think I have enough time for this to go off in the oven. I might not eat tonight.
And you're taking a trip to Brazil.
Oh my god, man! Oh,
Hola.
what a time!
Oh, what a time to be alive.
Yeah.
So I mean, not gonna lie, I don't know much else. Oh, I do want to say, I very much enjoy Good Morning Football, especially nowadays when I'm up a little early and this and that. Kay Adams leaving makes me very upset. And now
I know.
yeah.
That's the original crew was awesome.
The
Her,
best.
Nate Burleson,
Mhm.
Kyle. Oh my god, I can't. Kyle Brandt.
Cal Yeomans,
Yeah, shout out to him and Peter Schrager.
the best.
They're awesome. Like
Yep.
that is the best show.
I watched her last show. It was on my birthday last Friday, and Burleson came back and surprised all them and did the whole show. They didn't even know he was coming. So it was the
That's
original crew.
awesome. Yes, the original crew is so good.
They were so good. So, but now it's like,
They are the Beatles.
yes. But now the other day they're like, who would you rather have start a primetime game, Kirk Cousins or Dak Prescott? And I'm like, please don't turn into this.
Yeah,
Please don't turn into this. Just be their show's so original and they do such good content. Don't go the ESPN way, please.
ESPN is having a revolution because now that they've been putting on JJ Redick and Pat Beverly's been like a clown, but he knows basketball, and they just keep smoking these analysts who are just like a hot take BS because like JJ actually knows basketball, knows what he's talking about. So like when you actually have to formulate an opinion, discuss the game, break down the film, all these hot take guys are they're out of luck.
Yep,
Can't
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's a revolution of sports media. We can be in this because we're not hot take, but we goof around. I think is how you could say it.
We goof around and we know what we're talking about.
We goof around and simultaneously know what we're talking about.
We do, for all you listeners and watchers on our YouTube channel, we do have a Google document with a list of guests that have agreed to come on. And now we're circling back with them. And this summer, once probably starting next week, now that football, we're in like what are we in, purgatory right now, maybe?
Yeah, for me especially, because basketball's over now too. I do not know what to do with my life. I'm literally like the episode of New Girl when Nick Miller plans the bar crawl. And then at the end of the bar crawl, they're like, Nick, why are you cracking? He's like, I'm not cracking. I just have nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at. Football is over. The Sixers are over. I'm not cracking. I just got nothing to do.
How about those Phillies, though?
They're winning last time I checked, but I just can't. I don't know. It's not the same.
Nothing. See, I love baseball. But we're going to have a lot of guests on coming up for all of you so we can keep it entertaining, keep it fresh. Maybe some fantasy people back on as well.
Yes,
we have a lot of people from PFF. Maybe they can help us understand PFF a little bit more.
I know. That should be an episode. Can you just give me a crash course on how PFF works? Where do you get your grades?
Because I saw Chris Collinsworth too. He was on Pat McAfee this week, and he was like, no analyst or any coach or anything can prepare for a football game without using PFF anymore. And I was like,
are they sure about that?
Okay. Whatever you say.
Mostly is film work, but whatever. Yeah.
Whatever you say.
Honestly, promote it. Did you see Wentz was on Colin Cowherd's podcast?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And he was like, and Cowherd, I was surprised. Cowherd was like, did you ever like listen to Philly Sports Talk Radio? And Wentz was like, yeah, when I first got there, I would tune in and just hear like what they were talking about. And I was surprised by that because I feel like he just like listens to Christian rock or drives in silence. Yeah, he's just like deep in philosophical thought about like
about throwing, flipping the ball underhand from the 2-yard line into a DB's hands for
he doesn't think about that, or else he'd think it's a bad idea. He doesn't. He needs to start thinking about those things.
If he leads the Commanders to a division title this year, how mad will you be?
I won't be mad because I'll be right. this is the beauty of the season. I'm going to end up right one way or the other because either the Eagles are good or Carson Wentz is good and beats the Eagles. So I'm playing both sides so that I always come out on top.
Over under 2 Eagles Carson Wentz jerseys in the stadium when they come to play. I think
a lot of people repurpose them as AJ Brown jerseys. So there might be a lot of 11s like in the crowd, and they're like, "Oh, some people are still supporting Wentz." And then if you turn around, it'll be like taped with Brown. Yeah. Which, listen, times are tough. Gas is $4.65 a gallon. If you got a tape over your jersey, there is no shame in that.
Nope. You got to do what you got to do.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he is in Washington. I feel like quarterbacks just go there to die.
Literally, sometimes.
Yeah.
Literally and physically.
Physically and figuratively and everything.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like he's ugly enough to pull off that jersey. I just feel bad for our guy. Oh, my God. What's his name? The podcaster, Gio.
I know.
He moves to Indy and
then Wentz gets traded. Come on, Jim Irsay.
Yeah. You couldn't give the kid one more season since he moved out there.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I guess they're going to have to move to D.C., but I don't know.
I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much – I don't have much going on except for bottles and diapers and poop and trying to survive, man.
Yeah, it sounds fun, man. That sounds like something I'm going to sign up for real soon.
It is fun. When she talks to you, it's fun.
I like it from a distance where I get all the cute pictures, but then I don't have to do any of the work.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm in a great spot.
That's where I send you. Yep. I'm screwed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in big trouble.
You're the dad. You're the protector. I am the fun uncle.
Yep.
We both have our roles at this point.
Yep. Well, you are the fun uncle that will never talk to her about football.
Yeah, listen, she's going to hear the word of the gospel. She's going to know.
All of a sudden, I'm going to come home. It's just going to be you and my wife sitting there in Philadelphia Eagles gear talking to her. I'm like, what just happened?
And we're going to brainwash her. No, we don't even have to brainwash her. We just, just be honest. Just be honest and everything else will work out.
I'm moving. We're moving. Moving
to Dallas.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton. I need to do it. I need to tip my cap to Howie Roseman. I think I would be a huge hater. Tip of the cap if I did not, because I've been incredibly critical of him.
The rat.
He is a rat. He still is a rat. Like nobody enjoys working with him. But that is not the point. That is not the point. I think he's done an incredible job this offseason because I said this before the offseason. His issue is he wants to be the smartest man in the room. And sometimes being the smartest man in the room is making the common sense plays. And then they came out all offseason and just did common sense stuff through and through with free agency signings, picking up guys at great value at positions that you need and guys that you are high on and value in your system, and then drafting with a common sense strategy of getting the best players available from the best teams, and then just kind of seeing what was missing and acting upon that. It was painfully obvious as the ball continuously dropped through Jalen Reagor's hand that you needed a wide receiver one opposite of Devontae Smith. So they go out and get A.J. Brown. It was painfully obvious that I like Alex Singleton and Eric Wilson was fine, not good. He was there.
Yep.
TJ Edwards is good. It was painfully obvious that you needed to fix your linebacker position and finally invest in it, and they did. It was painfully obvious they needed a CB2. So they found a great value at this point in the offseason in James Bradberry. Just like every single thing they're doing is just a common sense approach.
Yep. I got nothing. I have no rebuttal on that because it's true.
Yep. You agree with my draft strategy.
I do. I did. And it played out almost exactly the way you predicted. Besides Nakobe Dean in the third. I mean, no one predicted that.
Yeah, remember all those mock drafts we did? And he'd be like, all right, well, if I don't take him at 18, he's not going to be there.
And he was there for Dallas for me in all the mock drafts. And I didn't think they'd take him. And I remember I mocked Tyler Smith multiple times in ours. I knew that was coming. So
In the second round, or in the first round. Then I think in the last one, the mock draft 5, I think you did.
yeah, because we knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But again, I think he's going to be okay. I'm okay with it. The more I analyze and self-compartmentalize, and I just don't want them to be done, because there's still, like James Bradberry, there's still good players out there right now in free agency that can help this team. They need a linebacker, a veteran linebacker. Anthony Barr is sitting there. I don't know how much left Anthony Barr has, but he's a veteran that can help these young guys. I would love them to get another wide receiver, get another piece for the offensive line, a vet that can be a swing tackle. They still have $15-16 million in cap space. I know they sign their rookies, but just don't be done. I can't believe the amount of names that are still out there.
Yeah, but there's so much young talent in the league.
That's the thing.
And I was listening to Daniel Jeremiah, who said because of that COVID gap year where you got that extra year of draft eligibility, guys who like are undrafted would have been like the middle round guys.
Yep.
Like in the middle round guys, like, some of them would have been higher.
Yep.
So there was a twice the amount of round 3 to 7 guys. And since there's so much young talent available, it's kind of hurting the more pricey veterans who might have a few dents in the car at this point in time.
And that's why I'm so excited the way Dallas handled the mid to late rounds in this draft. I think they killed 3 through 6. You could even say 2 through 6, because I think Sam Williams is going to be a freak off the edge opposite. He looks like Micah Parsons. He moves like Micah Parsons. Like physically, his face looks like Micah Parsons.
Okay. I was going to say.
But, 12.5 sacks in the SEC. He runs a 4.4. Dan Quinn absolutely loves him. And everything Dan Quinn touches in Dallas turns to gold. So, I'm in.
I think the Eagles did pretty good in the middle rounds too, even though we gave up some of them for A.J. Brown. So, I'm not going to complain too much.
But that counts.
It counts as a draft pick. As for the Eagles, I hope they're not done either. Safety position, I don't really believe Marcus Epps is a starter. I think he has a role on the team. Kind of say Anthony Harris is a starter in nature because he's been a starter, but I also don't see it with him. But beyond that, I don't think you can be done, because even if one of those guys got hurt, I really don't even know what the backup plan at safety is. Like, I was about to say, I'll do it. I'll play. They have Kayvon Wallace, which I really thought he was going to work out and just hasn't yet. Part of that's the injuries. But yeah, they got to address it just for the fact that they don't even have the bodies at safety.
Bodies.
Yep. Yeah. So that's the one thing. And I'm sure, like you said, you can get great value at this point in the summer.
My goodness. Great. Yeah. Especially once camps start, there's still going to be guys out there. And then if, you want to scoop some guys up before that, because then when guys start going down, then their value goes up.
Correct. Yeah. When training camp starts and somebody, blows out their knee, then all of a sudden the price goes up. Put the word out there that we back up.
I can't wait to see, speaking of injuries and like how the 49ers quarterback situation pans itself out through training camp and in this season.
They might be in a mess.
Yep.
Because Debo's not there and they don't know who their quarterback is. And I don't know where they're going to trade Jimmy G that it would work. And I don't even know if they're sold on the backup.
And the Browns now, because now they're like, we think Deshaun Watson's going to get suspended. Baker's still on the team.
Do you think that's so they'll just make him the starter?
We
might have talked about that, but isn't that the most obvious thing, that he's just going to take over and be the starter and then be good, and then you have this controversy?
Yes, I would love it.
I think it'd be hilarious. It would be the perfect ending for Browns turmoil, for them to have no quarterbacks for over 2 decades and then have 2 of them at the same time.
It'd be awesome.
It would be great.
Same division. How many games do you think Trubisky plays in Pittsburgh before Pickett starts?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? Don't you think?
Yeah. No, I was going to say 3 or 4.
Yeah. You probably give them the first month.
Yeah.
September and then October. But I don't know. Maybe you should do it in reverse, since Kenny Pickett's such small hands that he can't play at Heinz Field.
playing
When it
in the
gets
warm
cold.
weather. Yeah.
That is so fitting for him to get drafted by Pittsburgh after the knock on him was, his small hands in the cold. It's like, well, now he's drafted at the place he played in college in the cold. So I don't know. I'm like, could work out.
Did you see like someone was like Pittsburgh and the Steelers, like Pittsburgh, the university, play in the same facility, practice in the same facility, and Ben Roethlisberger never once talked to Kenny Pickett. Now they're like trying to turn it into a controversy because he's who, like, what? This is where we're at in purgatory of the summer of football. Is that these are the stories that people are trying to bring up.
Yeah, honestly, like that. Why would they even be in the same facility at the same time? That's not how it works.
No.
They have practice at different times and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's so weird.
And then also, shout out to the schedule makers. I feel like the first week is a banger. Dallas Buccaneers again Sunday night to start the season. Rams Bills Thursday night, yes please. And then the Monday night game, Russ goes back to Seattle.
Oh,
Bang,
yeah.
week 1.
Yeah, you're right. That's and also the new cruise. We had a shape shift of announcers.
Yep. Can't wait for Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit.
I know. They're really running Kirk Herbstreit into the ground. If he's off ABC Saturday Night Football.
No, he already said he's doing game day. Excuse me. And those games on top of the Thursday.
It's almost like you're waking up early with a baby or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Going to sleep late, waking up early.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Well,
let me bring us home. We started on the show at disagreeing, so let's end the show agreeing. And it's been a running trend. This is the trend that I've been seeing in Eagles Twitter. It's the topic of discussion. So Elliott Shore Parks tweeted that if Jalen Hurts did not win a playoff game this year, then it's considered a failure because he's not taking the next step. And somebody responded, and they were like, well, there is a certain other person who hasn't won a playoff game yet. And they were drafted in the same draft class, and they went top 5. Why aren't they held to the same standard? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Our guy out in California?
Yes, Justin Herbert.
Like, come on. What are we doing?
Yeah, I feel like you kind of know it's not the same, right?
No.
Like, offensive rookie of the year, and then his stats got better in his second year.
And their defense got
yards.
Much worse. Like, he would give them the lead, and he's like, all right, guys, just one stop. That's all we need. And then they'd be like, oh, here you go.
Nope. Yeah. 3rd and 7. Just get off the field. Can't do it.
12
They
yards.
could not do it. Oh, my God.
So, yeah.
But I thought that I knew you would appreciate that. 1, because it's like Eagle slander. 2, it's like, come on. Again, common sense. More common sense. We're pumping common sense back into society.
Please.
That is my campaign slogan.
I think you and I'm so thankful that the primaries in Pennsylvania are over. I don't have to watch Dr. Oz commercials or
Not quite
other
yet.
commercials anymore. It's not done yet. That's right. But hopefully no more commercials. I think you and I should make a political common sense commercial and have Vince edit it.
Yes, we should do that for draft season next year.
Yes.
Please keep this in mind. Someone remind us and tweet at us so we remember to do this next year. I think that'd be perfect. And then just run on our common sense campaign. And it'll be like, who's good at Alabama? Draft. Did they go to Alabama? No, don't draft.
Arizona State? No. Oregon?
Correct. Maybe. Is he cool?
Wisconsin?
Yes.
Tight end or offensive lineman? Maybe a running back.
There's a lot of rules.
Yep.
Or we'll just make a 10 commandments.
Oh, that would be good as well.
Or no, because we'll just call it. Well, no, we're going to go with the campaign idea because we can call it campaign promises, and then
campaign common sense.
Yeah,
it's easy.
It's
easy. No TikTok tonight because you and I just didn't talk about one. So
I'm formulating ideas on the TikTok. I didn't want to do one tonight because I think next week we can do a few and just kind of recap the off season. But I thought tonight it was, as you can tell, it wasn't over. Because James Bradberry got signed today, and I was looking at like Odell rumors, and I was like, like he could resign or do something, and then we'd be like, okay, there might be another, like there's other things that could happen. So I wanted to hold off for now.
Where else was he rumored to?
Where was actually I did see the Cowboys stuff, which is hilarious. Where was
Cowboys are rumored with Julio Jones too, which I don't really see.
I don't see that either. I think he's done.
Yeah.
I like them, but Who's that guy you wanted in fantasy as long as you could, and then when you got him, it was over.
Yep, done.
Yeah.
Like,
So yeah, but I want to do best free agency acquisition. So maybe we'll bring that to you next weekend.
okay.
I just think that free agency isn't quite done yet. We got a few more moves, so gotta grade it officially. And but like next week, we're getting to the end of May. It's like officially summer. So like this is the official end of the offseason, really.
I think teams also want to get their rookie minicamp done and see what they feel like they have with their rookies. And then if they may all of a sudden have one guy they draft and be like, all right, he's not going to be ready.
Yes.
So we need.
I feel like there's more guys that we think that they look at right away and they're like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope, not happening. Yeah. There's a speed thing. There's a twitch thing. There's just something that's like not going to happen.
You think there's a time where like it's rookie minicamp and like Howie's standing there and like the scouts are standing there, or Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy, and like one dude were one practice in and they just like turn to each other and go, we fucked up.
Yeah. I honestly, I think there is. I bet you there is.
I would love to get like an old GM like on a podcast to talk candidly and be like, absolutely, that's happened.
Yes. I know David or freaking not David Banner. That's the hip hop producer from like 2008. Joe Banner.
Yes.
The former Eagles GM. I think he worked for the Packers as well.
I think so.
He's very active on Twitter. Maybe we can make that happen.
That would be
I'm sure he's got stories for days.
Oh, we just love they turn to each other and be like, fuck.
Yeah. We fucked up.
We did not do good on this one.
Literally the hangover clip.
Yeah.
It'll be like the coach is calling the GM upstairs. Tracy, we fucked up. It's bad.
See if you can trade him now. We didn't even sign him yet.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. But hopefully we didn't have anybody like that at our
No, I don't think either of our teams did this year. So follow us social media, Birds vs. Boys pod. Shout out to Flipping the Birds for having you on again.
Yes, we had a lot of fun. And also it happened right before the Bradberry signing, which is perfect.
It's perfect. Follow our YouTube channel. That's where things are really starting to blow up. Thank you to everybody who enjoyed our mock draft. TikToks, everything. Follow us. Tell your friends. Tell your family. We will be much more organized and structured once my child gets a little bit bigger, and also once we have our guests lined up, and when our producer wants to not just eat a steak sandwich and actually be on the show.
Can't wait. Listen, big summer ahead. Big off season complete. Checked all my boxes. I can't wait for the summer. Gonna be fun.
Chris Hansen here, and I'm going to need you all to take a seat right over there and check out Birds versus Boys.
I think you're completely right here, and I hate it.
Yep. Hey, idiots. Stop doing dumb things. I got 2 phones. Upside alert. I might go insane.
I think you're already there. There's no hope. Hope is gone.
If this was an AFC North podcast, we'd be done in 15 minutes.
Bob Hope.
I'm going to drink bleach. That is
the team you promised me you were going to be this year.
This is the Consciously Hopeful podcast.
I'll be watching.